What's good? It's your boy One Poops. Today we are just kind of testing out my Sanji deck. I want to get this thing ready for regionals. I don't think it'll be that playable, but it is fun just to grind someone down. The most important thing is that we're running 1 playset, 2 playsets, 3 playsets, plus 6 vanillas, which is 18 vanillas, which means we should be seeing 20 vanillas. And then we also have this, so 23, sorry, my bad. 3, 6, 8, plus 4, 4, 4, 20 vanillas. I'm queuing up in the ranked queue right now. This deck has a whopping 10 blockers, and we will be using and abusing Restanding Paradise Waterfall, as well as Punk Gibson. If we see it in life, that's fun. And then Love Mellow. So we can treat Sanji's ability kind of like Doflamingo, where we can play with events if we really want to at the end of the turn, or we can use our Dawn to just swing. Our best turn is turn 2, playing Patty and Karn into Luffy, or Patty and Karn into this. That's a high roll. On 2 Dawn, if you play Vanilla, you get 2 Dawn back. So this is a free card, followed by another 2-drop. So we can play 4 Dawn on our first turn, and then follow it up next turn with either a Vanilla and swing, or, we kind of just want to keep swinging, go fully aggro and freak out our opponent, because if we do that, then they're going to have to go for our board. They shrink our board down back to less than 3 characters. We can just keep punching them in the face and restanding Dawn. Ideally, we get a 6-drop on curve, and then the 8-drop, and then after that we can go for game with Hody, because they're not going to be able to stop these bigger swings. So let's give it a try. I'm on Western, I'll host a game. We are ready to go. Finally found a match. Great time for the intro. Our opponent is playing standard deck 11 Uta. So the way we have this deck set up, I used to think, yes, just only 4 drops is the way, but as soon as we deal with someone who has some sort of counter event or, big threat like Eustace Kid, we need to have some way to cleanly swing into it. The Paradise Waterfalls are just to restand. I did get dicked by the green-purple Dofi list, and that kind of annoyed me, so this should be a good start. This is a pretty garbage hand. I don't want to see any of these cards. Getting this card will let us set up our curve. We need a Vanilla. We need to draw into a Vanilla immediately if we want to get this to work. Good. I would have loved the 2-drop. We got 2 more Vanillas and a Hody Jones. I think we actually just keep this as is, because drawing Hody sometime in this game is very useful. So unfortunately we didn't high roll. This is going to diminish our game, but I don't really worry too much. They get I'm Invincible, 8k to life. I think I'll just take cards right now. This is great. This just means I can go 5 to life, and then just play 4-drop, get 2 Dawn back, play a 2-drop. So you'll see how this plays out. Get 2 Dawn back, play with the Luffy, pass. So now if I want to, and I will, probably just block whatever swing they hit me with. We have minimal 2k counters in the deck, so we kind of have to rely on our other tools to be defensive. We have lots of counter events, and obviously vanillas, so here comes the double search from Uta, which is fine with me. I'm really just going to be blocking out of a 6k swing right here just to get my Dawn back. This blocker did his job, and now we begin the swing-ageddon. I think I could even, it's funny, I could just play 2 6-drops out, and this would be a great start. Let's just go for it. Let's just start doing some swangs. No 2k. Let's hope for another card out of hand. I'm really just going to flood the border right now. We're getting pretty much into 8-drop territory, which is perfect for me. I could leave up a Love Mellow. They're just taking every card. If I was playing Pudding right now, this would be hilarious, but I'm just going to play out 2 more Vanillas. And just like that, we have, 14 Dawn on the board on 6 Dawn. Hilarious, because if you follow, we've had 12 Dawn the whole time, so 16 Dawn basically if you count the 2-drop blocker we played on the first turn. So with Sanji's ability, you can get a really good advantage. If he goes for board, I'm fine with that. Yep, we'll let this slide. What are they going to play with 7? Oh, Luffy. Perhaps. Yep. Nami, no swing. I think what I can do, I might as well see a card, because the big Luffy is not going to be a problem for me. With 8 Dawn, I can probably just do a safe. They're going to empty their hand, play out the Uda blocker, maybe restand Nami. I'm not too worried if they restand Nami. I wish they, it's smart of them to just play on curve. I have Hody in hand right now. We knew we were drawing into that. I could just play out these 2 blockers, but I think we can just stick with 1 and then move our Dawn around. So I'm going to start with a 5k swing to the Nami. Go for board. Maybe he'll block, but more than likely no. Yep. Start giving me some counters. Let's go 6 into the Nami. Having all these 6k bodies on the field feels really good. Yep, some 2ks are coming out. I'm going to put 1 Dawn on Perona. Swing 7 now. So now the free block. They had a chance to get a free block out. Now they don't. So this is good. Just keep asking for more cards and more cards. I want to deny this value here. Maybe they'll let it go. Maybe they won't. This is going to get tough, though, because they did have to give me a 2k right there. They probably have, another 2k. And a 1k maybe. Yep. Their hand is just diminishing. Completely fine with me. Now we'll go 7 into life, or into the Nami. They really don't want to give up this Nami Searcher, and I think this is perfect because they just lost most of their hand all in one turn. I'm going to play out Basil Hawkins. He has an ability where if I block with 3 or less cards in hand, I get plus 1,000. So I can pretty easily just give away these 3 cards, or even just 2 of them, use the ability, then Love of Mellow. So not too bad. They will most likely swing 7 with Luffy this turn, so we'll just see what they do. I think on 9 Dawn, their best play is the Kid if they have it in hand. I wouldn't really be that upset. They can't play out anything on curve, which is fine with me, but okay, they're going 5 to life. This works really well. No blocker. Give them a 1k. Maybe they'll go 5 again. If they go 5 again, it's a pretty telling sign. They're probably not sticking any Dawn on Nami. Yep, this is working very well for us. They do... I think they might do something else. I'm going to give another blocker away because I don't think, unless they hit me with that stupid 2-cost event, which they could. Oh, they knew Genesis. I was like, how are they searching right now? I don't see a Dawn on the leader, but they are probably going to put a Dawn on the leader. They drew the 7-drop again. The 7-drop doesn't get any value besides just being a 7-drop, so I'm completely fine with that. I think I'll block with Basil right now. He's attacking my Zoro. I think, just to be safe, I think I'll just give a 1k for this swing. I didn't see the card they revealed on the top. What's going on here? No way the sim broke down. I feel really good and comfortable in our position right now. We have all the tools we need to actually get a win, and I can double draw. So what I will do, if they swing 7 with Luffy, which is very likely, I can probably get away with another 1k. I'm kind of trying to bait them. Bait. Please go 7 with Luffy. Please go 7 with Luffy. This will work really well. Hody Jones, not bad. They have to draw life, though, which means I'm probably going to kill them next turn with my own Hody Jones, which is hilarious. They might have the 2Ks to get out of this, but I don't think so. I'm going up to 10 Dawn, the 7K with Luffy. Really annoying. If I had a 2K, I mean, I could draw into a 2K, but what I'll do is I'll let the 6K die. And then Hody Jones will swing into that. I'm going to give it a Love Mellow, boost that, resolve. So now they are going to have to trash a card in hand just to get this to work. If they do, then I can just tap and go for it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to return the favor. Hody Jones, rest. We draw Paradise Waterfall, which is actually a great card. I'm going to go 5 to life. If they give me a 1k, that's fine. If they take this, I'm just going to go 7 and 7. I don't think they can stop this, though. I really don't think so. We might have just got a nice clean dub. I mean, if they have 1, 1, 2, 2, maybe. But I am going to put 1 Dawn on leader. They have to have a 2k in life. They give me a 2k counter for that. That makes me want to swing 5 again. I feel like it's a good play. So we'll go 5 in case I don't want to swing at the very end. This is probably game. They don't have the cards to win this. And this is exactly what we want to see. I didn't have a great start. They bricked out. I hit them with a GG before they leave. And yeah, we kind of mop up Udas, I'm not going to lie. So I'll give myself a dub there. Just quickly show you the deck again. Probably going to have to immediately dip. We didn't have to use these blockers, but if we got X-Drake, depending on, if they put us on Odd Dawn, then on my Odd Dawn turn, on 7 Dawn, I'd probably just play out a 4-drop, and then X-Drake, figure out how many turns I get to draw Hody. Hody is kind of the finisher. Without Hody, people who defend with events or blockers, they get screwed. So this is why Hody's good. You can just rest 2 Dawn, you can rest 2 blockers, you can whatever. Ideally, you bait them into just swinging into your life, and hopefully they lose that way. So got another game going here. I'm going to host. Oh, this guy sent it to me first. Is it the same guy? Tough. I'm at 1635, so I'm about halfway through the leaderboard right now. Let's go. Oh, I get to choose again. Do I get the high roll? A 2 and 2, nothing. I can draw into one of my 2-drops. We have 11. No, we have 10 more 2-drops to look for. So I'll keep this just because I get my 2 Dawn back. Maybe I draw an event. Probably won't. Oh, I draw an event. Too bad I don't get the use out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the other high roll, which is with Mihawk. Mihawk with 2 characters on the field. So as long as you have 1 on the field so that the second character is Mihawk, you can play out a 3rd. That will let us play out a Perona, and then I can go 6 and 6, and then swing. I'm going to take a free card. Nice 6-drop synergy. So let's go. We can afford to swing 5 with this. This will give us 2 Dawn back, and then I swing 6 with leader and leave 1 Dawn up. Yeah. I like having a counter event, so play this out. I'm going to drop out a Perona, get 2 Dawn back, because now if he goes, tries to clear some of the board, I can just pitch 1 for this counter, restand the thing he wants to kill. I'll let him kill Patty and Karn. If he swings 6, I'll probably let it slide. I'll save my Dawn for the 6k swing and then restand. I mean, if I don't have to use Paradise Waterfall, I won't. I didn't have to put any Dawn on Sanji. I know they're just going to keep taking cards and wait for that big Luffy turn coming up. 7k into... If it's Perona, that's hilarious. Yep, so this is exactly what we wanted. Restand, resolve. So now they can't just get a free kill. Let the Nami swing into Patty and Karn. Maybe he won't let it slide, but this will let me drop a 6-drop Mihawk. And then we can work from there. So 7k into life, probably. Wouldn't go for board if I were you. I'll let that slide. That is a free blocker in my mind. I don't want a 4k body into this matchup. So now I have actually the option to go Zoro into blocker, which is not a bad play. But I think playing out a 6-drop on curve is so much stronger. So I'll play the 6-drop out, put 1 Dawn on Mihawk, and just keep letting them swing into these cheap bodies, these chumps. So they're definitely going to block, try and keep this thing alive. We are going to get 4 cards out of their hand, because I'll swing 7k with Perona. And honestly, we can let things die. Not too stressed. Another 1k out of hand, potentially. It's going to hurt, but... I mean, if they give me a 2k, that's even funnier. And I don't know if they're running the Sanji 2k, which is honestly what makes this deck insane. I hope they are, because then we are playing a meta deck. I've only seen this Chopper. They gave me a 2k. I would love 2 more 2ks. Sounds like you have an Uda in hand and another Brook. Something that you don't want to get rid of. They let that slide, so now they can clear 1 thing off the board. They might think I have a 2k, so swinging 6k into my Actually, they probably won't. They'll probably just swing 5 into Mihawk and let me drop an 8 drop. Perfect. I'll let that slide. Play the Luffy down. Let's get clowning. Let's get clowning. Now you get to see the curve, the tempo curve. I could also... Nah, we have to. We literally have to do this. Drop the 8 drop, get 2 Dawn back. He is probably sweating. I'm going to start with a 5k swing to life. Maybe they block. Maybe they don't. If they do block, then I'm going to go 7 and 9 into Luffy, and that's going to basically enable 7 into Luffy. Give me a 1k. The 9k swing will get blocked, I think. But if they lose the Uta, that's going to be really bad on them. So I don't really care. They might just follow up with another Luffy. But this is almost certainly going to be an Uta block. And we have got a perfect curve here. Oh, they must have another Luffy in hand. That's why they let it go. Luffy broke into a 3 drop, maybe. Maybe even just Luffy into a 4 drop. But now we have a 6k, an 8k, and a 10k, all on curve. You're probably wondering, Pooks, you are literally on the best curve for Sanji right now, which is true. I can't deny that. They see the Hody Jones. I think I'm just going to give you a Basil. I think I want my board to stay nice and thick. They're not playing Eustace, but they can go 6k with Brook into the Perona, which I might let slide, because then I can just Roronoa Zoro. Fine with me. Just, ignore my life. I'm not too stressed. They do have the Sanji 2k, and that's good information to know now. Too bad they will not see the light of day. So we're almost certainly going Zoro into Basil. Hopefully, yikes. I mean, I might even just play out the 8 drop. They can't deal with an 8 drop. That costs 6 Dawn, leaving me with 4 Dawn up. However, a blocker is a little bit... Oh, wait. Oh, I can play this into that. Actually, yeah. Let's go 5, try and bait another block. Because if they block this, then I'm just swinging 8 and 10 into that. Let it slide. Perfect. Go 8 to life. You're letting that happen. Then I'll go 10 to life. Next turn is pretty much game, because I can just play out this and then that. And this is a scary board to deal with. This is 6, 8, 8, 16 Dawn, 20 Dawn, 26 Dawn on the field to their measly 14. And that's kind of how Sanji gets out of control. We run all these vanillas for a reason. Some decks you get screwed. You can't do much. Katakuri's tough, because if you give them more life with Kikanojos and more cards with Peros, even if they whiff, it doesn't feel the best as swinging into an Uta. But as you can see, we're kind of just milling cards off them. They were at 10 cards at one point. They're back to 7. New Genesis lets them get another Nami. Probably going to play that out. They shouldn't. They should really just Eustace Kid and bunker down. But with all the stuff we have on field right now, I think they're kind of nervous. 7 to life. Interesting. They must not have realized this is an 8k body now. They thought it was a 6k body. That is unfortunate. I think, you got to read the card. I assume my opponent is just kind of getting into the game, trying out a deck that's really fun, which I agree. But yeah, it doesn't. That is tough. That is pretty tough. Another Luffy on the board. You're just asking for a Hody Jones turn, my friend. And then Nami to search out another card, hopefully. Now, they have too many blockers for me to comfortably go for some. So they are swinging 8 into something. I could probably just let my blocker die. Maybe I draw a 2k. Actually, I can just give a 1k. No blocker, 1k. Feels pretty good. So right now, we just want to clear their board. Maybe I draw into a Love Love Mellow. Maybe I draw into a Punk Gibson. Punk Gibson would be great. And I kind of want to... I'll take this because I can find a card I want. and then they'll restand, trash an event. Yep, I'm invincible. So right now I have a choice. Do I want to just block? Actually, I think that's probably the best chance of winning because I have such a fat board. Let's do... I'm going to go 5 to life with the blocker. With an 8, an 8, a 10, and a 10, I don't think they're going to survive this turn. Yeah, 7 to life. That either gives me 2 cards, they take life, or they give me a blocker. Not looking good for my opponent. Really not looking good. They lose again. I don't know if this was the same person. I'll give him a GG though. Love of Mellow on the top. We got this to KO a rested character. So, I kind of wish we had a little bit more variety in the game, but it's okay. You saw how Sanji works. I do think, and I've tested this into Uda a few times now, which is kind of funny, even in person, and it does seem like Sanji can kind of out Uda, because Uda really board spams once they get to 7 Dawn, but Sanji can just have the board ready for that. Like on 6 Dawn, you can play out 2 4-drops, and then 7k, 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 play out a 6-drop, or whatever the math is on the 8 Dawn turn. I mean, you can do that, 7k, 7k, and then 2 Dawn on Sanji for 7, or just go 5 and bait. But yeah, here's the list. Run a little bit of events. Obviously, you want to use Paradise Waterfall with this Basil Hawkins on low cards to draw a card, and then counter out with 7k, or up to 8k, because he gets plus 1000. Same thing with X-Drake. If you can't find Hody Jones on curve, then X-Drake on curve will let you find out, 4 turns from now I'll get that Hody Jones. Or I can get a Love Mellow into Hody Jones, or into a 2k, then draw Hody Jones. Things like that. So it lets you play around your deck. This Luffy's clutch. Remember, your high roll is a vanilla Patty and Karn into either one of these cards. They just let you establish a board, and then if you have Mihawk into a 4-drop, then you want to block immediately on your first turn so that you open up the space on the board to Mihawk into a 4-drop, and vice versa. So that's the deck list. Hope you enjoyed.